dance, you on, like you said, you have goals. You're on the
Yeah.
way to,
Hmm.
where you want to be. But in the meantime, how do you love what you see in the mirror? Where the
Oh,
freedom?
it comes from understanding that I'm worthy. I'm worthy, whether I'm 200 pounds, 300 pounds, or if I am a size six. I'm worthy and I'm
Mhm.
beautiful. And you really have to change your mindset. Especially if you've been in a space where you were smaller and now you're bigger, or whatever the
Yeah,
case may be. You just have to really shift your mindset and understand that your worth comes from inside. And I know we hear that all the time,
yeah,
and sometimes it sounds cliche, but
yeah,
when you really grasp hold of it, it changes your life. So, like we were saying before, find the things that you love to do and just do them anyway. I love to dance, and I don't know why I had not been dancing, but when
yeah.
I did, it gave me so much life and so much joy. And the crazy part about it is when I posted and things like that, that's all the comments that I get. Like, you are giving me so much life.
Yeah,
I'm just feeling your joy. I'm feeling, and
yeah,
for someone else to feel that resonate through me, I know
yeah,
that that's, something that I'm supposed to be doing. So at the end of the day, plus size ladies, any size lady,
yeah,
whatever it is, whatever your insecurity
yeah,
might be, just know that you're worthy. You have so much value inside of you. And, I know the struggle of trying to lose weight and different things like that. And I will say this: once I accepted myself for who I am and just loved myself, decided that, I'm gonna dress how I want to dress. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
yeah.
Um, I was intentional about my weight loss, and I've
Come
now
on,
lost 21 pounds.
come on
But
now.
before, when I wasn't loving myself, the pounds just kept piling on and on and on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So, once you make that mindset shift, some of
yeah.
the things you desire, they're gonna come. They're gonna
I
come.
agree.
But you gotta understand that you're worthy before any of that comes.
Come on now, that's a word right there.
Yeah, you're worthy. We
That's a
are.
word.
We are. God made us worthy.
I agree. I had
Yeah.
some I was gonna say and I lost my train of thought. But I agree. That's what I used to do, look in the mirror and say how ugly I am, how fat I am.
Mm,
40 pounds light. I had a flat stomach, tell me how fat I am.
mm,
Ain't that a mess? But I had no choice but to learn how to love myself if I wanted to be happy because the weight wasn't coming off and I didn't know why.
yeah, yeah.
So it's like, what's the problem? Which I just found out was pre-diabetic,
Okay.
in July. But for 2 years, I didn't know
Yeah,
because the doctor said my hormones and everything was cool. So I had to learn how to love me at a size I had never been ever in my life. And that
girl,
came
you
on
are
so quick.
gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gorgeous, but I didn't believe it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't believe it,
yeah.
because I was looking for outside validation from people. I was in the, doing music, doing CDs, personal trainer. So, I was moved by the comments of people,
Yeah, yeah.
because I wasn't sure of myself. So
Mhm.
I had to learn how to love myself from a place where it can't be shifted because of what such and such say or what they say about me.
Yeah,
Because my value comes from God,
that's it.
unchanging, the person who made me,
Yeah,
the God who made me and said that it is good,
yeah.
fearfully and wonderfully made. That's where my value come from.
That's it.
Because if you put your confidence and your value in people and what they think, you're gonna be to and fro, shifting, happy one day, down the next. Oh, they said this in the comments. So now I gotta find, just not happy within yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't want anybody to beat themselves up because, you have your moments,
Yeah,
but at
yeah,
the end of the day, in your core of who you are,
yeah.
you have to know God's truth about yourself, about you at the end
I
of the day.
agree.
You have to know what he says about you. That has to be what matters the most. Um, you know, I'll
I
say
agree.
this. I'll say this though, because once I got my healing and I was free and I'm all this, I actually started dating. And so I know a lot of my tribe, they saw this and they were like, oh, you go girl. Da, 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 da.
I saw it.
baby. And when that relationship ended, I still had my joy though. So that
Wow.
is what we have to recognize as women.
Yeah.
We can date, we can enjoy ourselves, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, that joy got to come from the inside. It can't be about if somebody accepts you or not.
Yeah, I agree.
It can't be about how people treat you, whatever the case may be. Because even this year, I lost a lot of friends. I mean,
Wow.
girl, it was crazy. But,
Wow.
I had to have my foundation set and know who I am. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, what people say about you. Because as long as you know who you are,
Yeah.
the truth will prevail,
I agree.
always. And you're going to come out better and you're going to come out good on the other side. So,
And I want people to know it's a process.
yeah.
Healing is a process. We'll never be perfect. So some days you might have to affirm a little harder. You might, have to build yourself a little harder. It's a part of life.
Yeah.
But how would you tell somebody? Somebody might want to know how do I know when I'm healed?
Ooh, wow.
How do I know?
Good question. That's a good question. You know, for me, like you said, healing is a process.
Yeah.
So even sometimes when we feel like we're fully healed, there's still some ways to go.
I agree.
There's still some ways to go. But I will say, if you have been intentionally doing the work, you will know. You will know when you are healed and whole. I believe one indicator is, like what we were saying before, that you don't place your worth on what people say about you.
Yeah.
You don't place your worth on, who think you fine and who don't, whatever. You just have worth from the inside. And you're going to have more days where you're up than down for sure. If you find yourself in a depressed state, a lot of the times it's some more healing you need to do. It's some more, but
Wow.
when you're fully healed is when you receive, it's like a freedom. You'll know.
I think an important part for, even for those watching, an important part in order to really heal for real, in this stages to it, is that acceptance. An acceptance of everything that has happened and taking place in your life. Until you're able to accept what happened, you can't move past, you'll stay stuck in the situation.
Yes.
I think that's very important.
That was my first stage of healing.
Yeah.
I had to say, okay, because you're always like this why me type of thing. And so I had to say, okay, God, you allowed this to happen.
Yeah.
People have free will. My ex had free will. I had free will. So this is something that God allowed. It's not, a lot of times people think it's a punishment or what did they do wrong or all this type of stuff. But it's just so many factors into why things happen to us and why we lose. So understanding that God allowed it, that's huge. And so, yes, acceptance was the very first thing I had to do before I could even consider healing. I had to accept what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think another part of healing is the lessons. The lessons from your choices.
Yeah.
That you can move forward, with the wisdom of what you learned about yourself, about the people you choose, about just you.
Yeah.
Once you get those lessons, you can prevent that in the future.
Listen, let me tell you something. The lessons for me were one reason why, when I did decide to start dating, why when things didn't work out, I was able to let it go so easily, is because once you've gone through a divorce or you've lost something, you learn certain things about yourself that you're just not willing to accept anymore.
I agree.
You're just not willing to deal with certain things anymore. Not now, I don't want it to be from a perspective of I'm putting up walls or I am jaded or anything like that, because I don't experience that. My heart is open to love. My whole slogan is love God, love yourself, and love people. So I'm open to love. But at the end of the day, I have boundaries. And that comes from actually learning from what I've been through.
Now, let me ask you this. Because you say, okay, you got the divorce or whatever, and you start dating. I saw you, with your boo. Now, do you think that was a Was it something to teach you, or was it something for you to apply what you learned?
Whew, I think
Like,
it
did you learn anything from that?
first of all, yes, it was a choice for me. Because, I won't say that I recommend it or not don't recommend it, dating as soon as I did,
Yeah.
but it was a choice for me. So because I chose to, I do believe that it was an opportunity for me to um, utilize what I learned for sure,
Hmm.
for sure.
That's
Because
good.
yeah, a situation like that, I don't know how candid I want to get on here, but
Oh Lord.
but it was fine. Okay, so a situation like that, sometimes we can allow it to linger because of our appearance, because of how they treat you, because of whatever. You know what I'm saying? I could have let it linger, but because of the lessons that I've learned, I was like, no, I'm gonna cut that off. and so, and
Come
so yeah,
on.
yeah, that's
That's
what it
good.
was. I do think it was an opportunity to practice what I learned.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So y'all, hey, some everybody might not be the one. The next person that you date right after, the divorce or whatever might not be the one, but take them lessons
Yeah,
and use wisdom. Don't ignore the red flags. Put them
there you
boundaries
go.
down and, have that self love.
That's it.
Yeah. Put them
We
boundaries.
gotta say that again for the people in the back. Do not ignore the red flags, ladies. Okay, don't ignore them because we are good for doing that.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we're good for
Definitely.
doing that, and then we set our healing back. Another 6 months, another year because we decided to ignore red flags. But
I think it's important to know why we ignore them.
true, true.
Why do we ignore red flags?
Yeah. It's something missing inside of us, something that
Yeah.
we need, something that we want, and we're
Mhm.
willing to overlook, what's not good for us
Yeah.
receive whatever it is that we're missing. When it's better to just show up whole,
Come on.
and just be what is it, an asset to the relationship,
That's
and let
good.
it be an asset to you as opposed to you all trying to fulfill each other.
Come
It's
on now.
not like that.
I
Mm-mm.
think that's why I said you need to know why you're ignoring the red flag
Yeah,
so that you can heal that part of you.
yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.